Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Kuro Games is back at it again for the 3.4 pre-release, doing a bit of a Resonator breakdown, Resonator reveal, the lore reveal for all of the new Cyberpunk characters that are going to be arriving in just a couple of days. And Rebecca's going to be the first unit up. And let's be real here, she's also going to be the unit that we're all going to have on our account because she is free. So why don't we go ahead, see what her role in Solaris 3 actually is, how much they're actually going to reveal about some of her past in the Edge Runners universe, and of course, what she might be doing in Solaris moving forward. Because it is really interesting to see just how well baked these units have been into the Wuthering Waves world. So let's just get that lore reveal. Story for Rebecca. We've got her resonance evaluation report. And I always thought that this was going to be interesting because, well, these guys, they have tacit marks. But obviously, the world... Night City, the world where they're originally from in the Cyberpunk universe, that's not really a thing that they do. So, let's see what's going on over here. Record modification log. Modification target, Rebecca. Modification code. Ooh, that's a little bit censored over there. Very interesting. The subject is identified as a mutant-type resonator. Ooh, kind of like the X-Men. With a tacit mark located on the right shoulder. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be covered for most of combat. When utilizing firearms originating from blank, the subject can enhance the weapon's own ballistic precision and terminal effectiveness. She can aim and shoot faster. Building upon this foundation, the subject's attacks can neutralize and disrupt the frequency surrounding specific nightmare tacit discords, inflicting additional damage to targets hit. Okay, so she's got a bit of a natural advantage against discords. Okay, I see what's going on here. The subject can summon 3 specific firearms tailored to different combat scenarios. Oh, they're just giving us the whole fucking kit, the whole kit breakdown. Okay, so 3 different weapons. Using your forte to materialize and dematerialize them. Yep, she just pulls them out of nowhere like Carlotta. While a weapon is being summoned, its damage output fluctuates in response to the subject's emotional state. Is it like the more angry she is, the more damage she does? Is that like kind of like how it works? Very interesting. But this is a little bit over here that's going to probably throw you guys in for a bit of a loop, especially if you know the surrounding Edge Runners lore. Let's read this. The subject's frequency sample exhibits up to 97% similarity to the frequency of nightmare tacit discords in the region. It is speculated that the two share a certain correlation. So, if you kind of like know the background lore surrounding this game, this might actually mean that the Rebecca that you're seeing over here, guys, she's like an Echo, or she's like a TD, maybe a little bit more similar to like a Frolova compared to, let's just say like a living person. This is kind of like the takeover here. We know from like how Frolova works, if like the memory of a person is like strong enough, then like you can kind of materialize them into the real world. And we all know that the main quest, right, surrounding the Edge Runners universe is that this entire scenario, Night City, all of that, the entire like quest line is actually a part of Lucy's memories. And so the nightmare tacit discords that we're seeing, right, are probably a part of Lucy's memories. And in a similar vein, this Rebecca, 97% of her, I guess at a baseline, might be from Lucy's memories too. But what about that 3%? Maybe she is still actually out there. Maybe she still is actually alive or something like that. And that 3%, maybe it becomes more as the story goes on. Or she's like, I don't know, the 3% is like, well, you might see what the 3% is. I'll let you guys know what I think the 3% actually is later on. Let's keep reading over here. Keep that in your back pocket, though. 97% similarity. All right, overclock diagnostic report. The subject's waveform diagram exhibits elliptical oscillations with a stable time domain. Basically, they're saying she's normal. Resonant criticality is high and subject stability remains robust. No immediate risk of overclocking. No history of overclocking. However, the subject exhibits emotional instability and psychological counseling has shown minimal efficacy. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, she's fucking crazy, but the craziness doesn't come from her overclocking. It's just how she is. In Night City, I'm practically the poster child for mental health. This sample is way too textbook. You sure someone didn't just copy-paste it from manual? She's probably saying fuck or some shit. Yeah, no, she looks stable to me. Anyways, bro, she got a big-ass forehead, too. Anyways, let's move on. And let's read a little bit more. And this is where that 3% is going to come back up. It's going to be a little bit rough. Anecdotes. Rebecca. The cherished item. A dog collar. Don't let Hassan play the collab. The collar that once belonged to Rebecca's dog, Cup Cup. She became his owner after scooping him up in the middle of a gig. Her reason, just a soft heart she'd never admit to. He was a pug. Was a pug. Cute, obedient when he chose to be. During windy nights spent on the street, he'd curl up in her arms and share the heat. She doesn't say it, doesn't need to, but whenever Cup Cup comes up, there's a look in her eyes. Sometimes she takes out his collar and runs her fingers over it, wondering what she could have done differently. So yeah, the dog's dead, and part of me wonders, is the 3% that's not a nightmare, is it Cup Cup's collar? Is Cup Cup's collar that 3%, and is that like the only thing left of her? Who knows? Who knows, right? But that could be where it comes from. That could be the lore significance. Now let's read a little bit about Rebecca's hobby. What am I into? Do gig after parties count? Nothing beats grabbing a fizzy and planting myself on the hood of a car. My shithead brother clowning around, Kiwi and Falco clinking glasses, Maine mentoring David, getting sloshed, Dorio tearing him a new one, even Lucy the loner would stick around, but I guess that's gone now. So you can kind of see all of it over here. This is all past tense. All past tense. Rebecca's story. Becoming an edge runner wasn't my dream. Was what my past wanted for me and my bro. It took a little while for things to click, but by the time we joined Maine's crew, we'd already built ourselves a pretty savage rep. Whatever, all in the rear view now. Boy, do I feel like a LARPer at the moment, but I don't care. Gotta admit, Solaris ain't a bad place to live. This is the thoughts. But the peeps here are Nova level sticklers. Imagine being called a Nova level stickler. So freaking polite, it's even got me swearing less. Didn't know I could talk without dropping so many fucking F-bombs. She gotta drop at least one of the quests. And now we got all of her character animations and stuff like that. We all know that these are probably some of the most, like, if you watched Edge Runners, I've only seen like a couple of like clips. Yeah, no, it's pretty much all there. So probably from what you're guessing over here, guys, I feel like they've already gone above and beyond when it comes to the story integration of these characters. Like, and the thing is that they're weaving in so much of, like, the existing Wuthering Waves lore into what I'm seeing over here. We got callbacks, right, to Frolova. We got callbacks to, like, Honami City, the Left Behind. This is probably going to take into account all of that sort of like remnant lore that we've gotten from so many different instances in the game of like, oh, people's frequencies, all of that. Lucy might be the only person that's alive. Maybe Rebecca's only free because she's actually dead. Like maybe she's a free character because she's not even actually like a real character. She's like a TD and they're on discount. So to me, seeing how well it's all been like woven together, the fact that everything like makes sense, the fact that they're even like, you know, putting in like the little bit of clues about like the 3% over here, the fact that she has the same energy as the Nightmare Tacit Discords over there, she's kind of like the same thing as Adam Smasher, all of that. Well, I'm just gonna be honest. Now I'm excited to see what the Lucy one is looking like moving forward. And this proof that the frequency is with her. What is this? Dorothy, the mom who created me. It's been a while since I've seen her. Let's move on from those old memories. Anyways, you've been exploring so long. Nami Pond, the Ebony Gatekeeper, theorized that all this could be related to the dreams of the Left Behind. Maybe Rebecca's one of the Left Behind. Dreamscapes began to layer on top of each other, accidentally bridging the Left Behind's dream with Lahai Roy. Okay. So now it looks like they're even tying in, like, the Elusive Realm lore into here, too. Because the entire Elusive Realm arc over here was about how, like, dead people can influence Somnoirs. And guess what? Night City's a fucking Somnoir, I guess. And I guess this is something like, easy there, it's just a dream. Oh, sweet. I was watching... Wait, what the hell? Wait, so this... Wait, is this Rebecca? Is this Rebecca in the Elusive realm? Maybe she is alive. Who knows? Maybe it's some random guy. Hey, who knows? It's her way of speaking. Everybody in Night City talks like this. Guys, this would be like seeing like a character be like, oh my gato, and being like, oh, that has to be Chisa. Look, they sounded Japanese. That has to be Chisa. Bro, is it BD from Cyberpunk? Yeah, it's called a brain dance. And yes, chum is basically the same as saying homie. So guys, guys, this would be like saying, yo, that guy said homie. That must be Will Smith. No, it's not Will Smith. It's just homie is a very popular thing that people in this demographic say to each other. But no, this is just basic cyberpunk language. Basically, if you're saying that this is proof it's Rebecca, you have not played Cyberpunk 2077 and you're a fucking LARPer. You're out here calling me a LARPer. No, you're the LARPer. If you're out here saying chum and flatline is Rebecca's specific language, you are a LARPer that never played 2077. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you straight. I'm just telling you straight, because if you played 2077, you would have seen the word chum like 7,000 fucking times. Yeah, but bunch of LARPing gonks in chat out here. This just goes to show that cyberpunk influence is clearly showing up in the Sonwar and the Solaris world itself. I don't know if this is Rebecca. Who actually knows, right? But I think the fact of the matter is that they've laid the groundwork for the lore of this collab moving forward, and they've done an excellent job of actually ensuring that this shit makes sense, that the story makes sense. And, you know, when you know that the story writers for Edgerunners themselves are responsible for the plot that's going to be occurring over here, I don't think we have too much to be disappointed about. I think it's going to be a good one. Let me know what you all thought, ladies and gentlemen, about this bad boy, and peace out.